Good morning, everybody. My name is Heidi. I am an occupational therapist and yoga instructor. I'm here to offer a morning practice to you all that is meant to be relatively accessible, nothing too challenging, but a chance to dedicate a moment of practice to ourselves and start our day off right, or if you're watching this later, have a moment of time for yourself throughout the day as a little break, a pause, a check-in, so to speak. So let's get started. Thank you for being here. I'm going to start with my feet about hip distance apart, just shifting the weight from the balls of the feet to the heel and back again, keeping soft knees.
They're good. Not a team. Let's get into shape.
And then from here, letting the feet ground into the mat, inhaling the arms overhead, exhaling, pressing the space away. And then from here, stepping the feet about hip distance apart and gently twisting side to side, just really freeing, noticing where the body is. Bringing the feet back to that mountain and taking a few shoulder rolls back here. And alternating one shoulder at a time. Letting that go. Finding a place on the mat where you can step backward. Again, feet hip distance apart. Inhaling the arms overhead. Exhaling, forward fold. I'm going to get my blocks ready. I feel like using them today. Stepping back with the right foot into our low lunge. Taking a few moments here, a few breaths here to just feel where those hips are. And then stepping that left leg back into child's pose. Bringing the body forward into our kneeling plank. Shoulders over the wrists, soft elbows, attempting to get that straight line from the knees, hips to shoulders. And coming back into child's pose. Up, stepping forward with the right leg, feeling the lunge on the other side. Again, spending a few moments to feel where the body is. And curling the left toes under, stepping up into our forward fold. Inhaling the arms overhead. Exhaling into our chair. Inhaling the arms overhead. Exhaling hands to heart center. Inhaling our arms overhead. Exhaling forward fold. Stepping back with our left foot. Dropping the knee for that low lunge. You can always place a mat or towel or folded mat under our knee for more support. And then this time, shifting our hips back and just pointing our right toes toward the sky. Just really gently. I'm not getting the full expression of this pose right now, but it does feel really good on the back of the legs. Stepping the right leg back, coming into our child's pose. Inhaling at the child's pose and exhaling. Inhaling into our kneeling plank and exhaling back into our child's pose. Inhaling into plank, fingers spread wide on the mat. Exhaling into child's pose. Stepping forward with the left leg. Breathing through the stretch on the opposite side. Shifting our hips back, toes pointed up toward the ceiling. Again, muscles are still warming up this morning. So we just get a partial expression of the pose, but that's okay. Curling our right toes under, stepping into our forward fold. Inhaling the arms overhead. Exhaling, sitting back into chair. Inhaling our arms overhead. Exhaling, hands to heart center. We'll go through this one more time, adding another variation. Inhaling the arms overhead. Exhaling, forward fold. Stepping back with our right foot into that low lunge. Inhaling, bringing the hands up to the hips into a higher lunge. And then from here, bringing our right hand down to either our block or the mat. Just gently opening to the left side. And bringing this back down, hands on either side of the front foot. Stepping back into all fours. Our shoulders are over our wrists, our hips are over our knees, and breathing into our cat-cow. Inhaling, letting the low belly fill, tailbone tilts up, chest tilts up. Exhaling, tailbone tucks, chest, chin tucks to chest for cat. And following our breath here, inhaling cow, exhaling cat. The movement is really powered from our low core, our belly button area. Bringing the spine to neutral, stepping forward with the right foot, and then again inhaling, bringing the body up to a tall low lunge. Breathing here. Possibly bringing the arms up to cactus arms, arms overhead, or hands at heart center for more of a challenge on our balance. And then lowering the left hand, Straightening the right fingertips up toward the sky for a gentle twist here. Coming back to center, both hands on either side of the front foot, curling the toes under. Stepping into a forward fold. Inhaling the arms overhead. Exhaling, sitting back into our chair. Inhaling, arms overhead. Exhaling, hands to heart center. Inhaling our arms overhead. Exhaling, forward fold. Stepping back with our right foot and our left into our all fours and sitting back into our child's pose. Inhaling into kneeling plank. And then exhaling, chaturanga all the way down, our elbows hugging our ribs. So we're lying all the way on the floor, hands stacked, forehead on our hands. And take a few moments to breathe into our low belly here, really pressing the belly into the mat. On the next inhale, we will lift up the top half of our body for half locust. Arms coming back by our sides like we're holding a giant beach ball. Continue breathing into the low belly. And lowering the body back down. On the next inhale, raising the legs. Bringing the legs together. And continuing to breathe into the low belly. Releasing the legs. Taking a few deep breaths here. And then on the next inhale, we are going to lift into the full expression of lotus, if that's comfortable and accessible. And relaxing this pose down, bringing the hands to either side of the chest and pressing back into child's pose. Keeping the legs together if we like, a little more stretch on our low back, or bringing the knees further apart for a stretch through our shoulders. And coming into all fours, we're moving into pigeon. So with pigeon, taking our right foot forward, bringing the foot across our body. I'll turn my body here. Just to a comfortable position, and then we're straightening that that left leg long. So we want to feel the stretch in our right hip and then the front of our left leg. We can hold our body up like this or come down on our forearms. Breathing into the stretch. And walking the hands back up, curling the left toes under, bringing ourselves back to all fours. Bringing our left foot forward. Releasing our right leg long behind us. Each side probably feels a little bit differently. This side is a lot easier for me to get into. So we can stay lifted here or come down on the forearms for a little deeper stretch. With each exhale, asking our muscles to relax and let go. Walking the body back up, this time letting the body come to a seated position on the mat. And straightening our legs in front of us into staff pose, mechanically moving the flesh out of the way so we're sitting up on our sit bones. It's okay if our knees are a little bent here. Toes pointed toward the ceiling. And then coming forward with a flat back first. Breathing through this stretch. Feel it all the way down to my toes. We have fascia that connects from the bottom of our feet all the way through the back of our legs, up our back to our skull, which is pretty incredible. But staff allows us to stretch that entire circuit, that entire system, which is really fantastic. And letting the body fold forward here. Again, we can always be using a block to help us stretch. Okay, and then from here, opening our legs to a straddle. Readjusting as needed. Facing our bodies toward the right leg. Coming forward with a flat back. And letting the body fold forward, nose drawing toward our knees. And walking our body up, back to center, orienting over our left leg. Again, coming forward with a flat back. Think about that chest reaching forward. And then letting the body fold forward, nose drawing toward our knee. Walking the body up. Coming toward the center with a flat back. Breathing into our entire core, back, belly, side ribs. And then letting ourselves fold forward. And walking the body back up. Bringing our legs together into an easy seat, crisscross position. Allowing our hands to rest gently at our knees. And from here, if we feel comfortable, closing the eyes and noticing the breath, tuning into the breath. begin adding a count of 5 to our inhale and a count of 5 to our exhale. If 5 is too much, you can pick your own number, 3, 4, 2, whichever you like. But we're going to start drawing our breath out, both on the inhale and exhale, by adding a count of 5 to it. Or if you want to try a larger number, 7, 8, go for it. So on our next inhale, inhaling for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Continuing at your own pace for several rounds of breath. Letting the eyes flicker open. Thank you for taking this time this morning to look inward and spend time with your yoga practice. I thank you very much for joining me, and I will see you on Friday. One more deep breath in. Exhaling, hands to heart center. Namaste.